half empty. Yeah, quite right.
That's because the stadium's so big, you morons.
People in it.
Yeah.
The more they progress, the more the world gets reminded of their past with that name.
Absolutely.
No matter how successful or unsuccessful they are, the way they came into existence is, and always will be, corrupt.
Not that franchise worry about affordability. They just steal what they want up in that part of Bucks.
Feel sick to the stomach.
This is my favourite, this.
It never gets better, does it?
Oh, I love that one. Hate franchise scum, now downer on Preston for failing in that final hurdle to give the scum the promotion.
Here we go, it's my favourite. Yeah. Can any of the statos explain why there are traditionally said to be 92 clubs in the Football League, but whenever I look, I can only see 91?
To be honest, it was a case when, not if, franchise were going to go up.
The scum are still scum, regardless of what division they're in.
Oh, thanks for that. Yeah. So we think of MK Dons to score over 100 goals and come from 13 points behind to clinch promotion is some going.
Franchise club.
You can't buy history.
Bletchley Steelers, #franchise FC, represent the worst of modern football. No history, no class.
I'm basking in chuffing franchise mongery. Come on, you Dons.
I've been basking in chuffing franchise mongery for 10 years now. It's wonderful.
That's mungery. It's not an. It's as in I'm a
mungery.
Franchise monger.
A monger.
I'm a monger of franchise.
Like a costermonger.
Like a costermonger. That's the one. Yes.
Magnificent or not? Is there...
We need a build-up for this because this is the best quote I've ever seen in my life. Anything
right,
ever.
This is a quote.
I need a drum roll. We haven't got one, but we'll have someone knocking on a big door to get us ready. Go on.
Magnificent or not? Is there any finer sight than a dejected opposition fan in a chicken suit?
Did you see those two blokes? They were crackers up here.
Plain Talking with Mick Bannister, Thursdays at 8 p.m. on Seclo Sounds. Check in for an hour of scintillating chat and music with Mick Bannister and his guests from the world of film and literature. He'll be talking about their achievements and inspiration and finding out about the books and music that accompany them on their travels around the world. Get to know the person behind the headlines. Catch Plain Talking with Mick Bannister, Thursdays at 8 p.m. here on Seclo Sounds.
You're listening to the MooCamp Radio Show on Seclo Sounds because you have no friends and no life.
You're listening to the MooCamp Radio Show here on Seclo Sounds. Were you telling me to lift the things then?
Yeah.
It's not my first show, you know. I know how to turn the microphone on.
He knows what to do. I don't have a problem
doing things. That was like a technical joke there. All the DJs have been laughing about that. You're listening to the MooCamp Radio Show here on Seclo Sounds in what can only be described as our Making It Up As We Go Along promotion special. So, should we make it up as we go along some more?
Yeah, shall we?
Let's do it. We talked a little bit about the day. Let's just, did you go on the pitch?
Oh, I went on.
No, I didn't. I stayed in my seat, mainly because I got my 4-year-old with me, but more so because I wanted to stand there and I wanted to soak it up. I just wanted to see everybody enjoy themselves. Yeah. And after being roughly manhandled over the top of a barrier by a burly gentleman who sits right in front of me, I thought, well, I'll just stay here now.
No,
it was wonderful. Wonderful to watch.
Down to the bottom and just like you said, Modders, just watched everyone running on and I had a massive smile on my face. I really enjoyed it.
I was stood there taking loads and loads of photographs just constantly. I did have to say, I know he's contractually obliged to do so, but I thought the announcement from Mr. Marshall
so funny,
was at the final whistle was, and the Dons win 5-1 and Colchester have beaten Preston 1-0, which means the Dons have been promoted to the Championship. Please stay in your seat.
Please stay in your seat.
That's half of the
Did you see that when someone grabbed the microphone for Woo! That was great.
That was rather good.
It really was. There's a cracking one. I think it must be on the SE website of like a steward just behind the goal standing with his arms wide open to try and stop everyone going by. It's so funny.
There's the video that's going out where the team are doing the lap of honour and walking around there coming up to everybody, and there's a steward at the back of the cowshed. He's in a white shirt, so he just stand out from everybody else, and he stood there and just going, no, I can't let you do that, mate, I can't let you do that. And there's the players coming around, he's walking up to him and applauding them, just going, yeah, shaking him, yeah, cheers mate, well done, yeah, brilliant, wonderful. I thought, hello, you're meant to be working here.
Can I just check? Corky actually is your dad, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was getting confused for a second. He said, "Nice to hear you talking about the Rochdale game. What's happened on Saturday? Did we beat Yeovil?" Oh, this is surreal time.
Just wait until next week, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to have a great Sunday. You really are.
Yeah, oh yeah.
My day started off really. I've got like an MK Dons mug, and I took a picture of my cat having a sniff at it, and then she pushed it over and smashed it. And I thought, oh no! I thought. So I grabbed her by the neck and I said, "We lose today." You were out that door.
I don't know if you all follow me on social media, but I Facebooked a post on Sunday night after sitting there and getting back and just again soaking it up and believing it, or trying to let it sink in and believe it. I said, that's it, I've had enough of this, because I've been trawling through, like you had as well, Twitter and so on, and seeing all the posts that have been put out there, revelling in our success, as they were, and I thought, no, that's it, I'm going to go and get drunk. I sat for 3 hours with half a pint. I just couldn't do it. I don't know what it was, whether I was emotionally drained.
Joe and I were I know what you mean, we were really kind of, we went home and just sat there and kind of just stared at the telly waiting for the league programme to start.
It really was unbelievable, an unbelievable feeling. The one time that you think, okay, this is it. I mean, because I was back home and I was by myself, it was quiet. If I'd have carried on to, I think they went to Spoons, didn't they, afterwards?
I think so, yeah.
And there was a little bit.
I wish I'd gone, actually.
A touch of a celebration. Yeah, you said on my post, where are you heading?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I'm not heading anywhere. This is where I'm going to be, sort of thing. And I wish I had, because I think if I was in the moment with everybody else, it would have been easier to enjoy it.
Yeah.
But sitting there and just basking in what we'd done. It was wonderful. It was really nice.
I went out with a couple of mates to a certain nightclub, and once I got in,
other nightclubs are available.
Yeah, it'd been in my mind that the whole weekend. I said, I'm gonna go tomorrow. I'm gonna get enjoy it a bit more. And once I got in there, being around people who probably didn't have a clue as to why I would be celebrating, it didn't feel right. I couldn't let myself go. I could not enjoy it. I was just stood there most of the time with a cigarette in my hand.
Unlike other people who were there, apparently.
Unlike a Mr. Ginger person who had scored 2 that day. Sorry to spoil it for you, Corky. I won't tell you when he scored, but he scored.
Well, he's not going to believe that. Luton scoring 2.
Yeah.
Just quickly, that's never happened before, has it?
Never.
Never.
Scored 2 and made one as well.
Has he ever scored more than 2 in a season?
Yes.
Okay. He scored 3 in one season, didn't he?
He turned up in a full MK Dons tracksuit, trousers with the Dons logo on it, polo, and running shoes. And Carl Baker looked out of it as well. But I just couldn't let myself go, and I thought, in the end, I'm going to go home and I'm just going to have a good sleep and that. And I woke up the next morning, I felt, I haven't watched the Football League show yet, and it was a great way to wake up. I'll tell you what I did do on Sunday. I had a crate of lager next to my bed for when I woke up. Within 20 seconds of me opening my eyes, I cracked open a can of lager and I said, here we go. That's probably why I didn't want to enjoy it when I got out in the end, because I was gone.
Do you know what I thought about, and this will sound coming a bit strange coming from a professional cynic like me, but I went home, right, and like I said to my wife, we'll crack the champagne open, but we didn't. I just sat down and had like a couple of beers, and I was thinking about that time when we're like at the NHS when Shrewsbury put us out, and then I started thinking of Big George Polton, and I just thought he would be ecstatic today. He really would be, wouldn't he? And I just thought it's such a shame, really, that he's not here to see this, because you could just imagine what he would have said, can't you? He would have rubbish that. I really did. And I'm not ashamed to admit it. I did have a wee tear in my eye when I thought about that. I just thought,
that's really sweet.
It's just, I'll never forget that. Walking out of that NHS that night, and heaving all them shouting and everything. And I thought, that very night, I'm never ever going to let football upset me like this again. Now it's the opposite, and I was ecstatically happy when we won. I still don't think, I know it's like a cliche, but I honestly still don't quite appreciate what we've done. I really don't. Because it's a monumentous achievement this season. I mean, to play the style of football we played, I sound like one coming here, but to play the style of football, to score 101 league goals, beat Man United, and all the other things we've done, it's an astonishing season, really, I
keep walking past my wife and going, do you know what? And I don't know whether I'm doing that because I'm just being an annoying swine, or because I really can't believe it, and I need to keep hearing it to make it sink in even more.
Oh dear. I'm kind of... there's so many... I want to play loads of bits of music.
I just want to ask something quickly, because I was trying to. I couldn't in the end, because I was too busy. Anybody cry?
Yep.
Yeah,
Not ashamed to admit that.
Part of it was just I could not cope with the pressure of working out whether we were going up or not. But when the release, when that whistle went,
it was that release.
I was crying like a baby. It's fantastic.
I jumped in Dan next of this Parish's arms, gave him a big hug. It's no, I'll never be doing that again, ever. And Paris, he got a big hug as well. Didn't hug the wife though.
That was kind of, well, that would be wrong. That was one of the nice things. I didn't run straight down at the pitch. I went down after about 3 or 4 minutes.
You ambled slowly.
I ambled to savour it and everything, and immediately bumped into Mr. Young Albie Sir on the pitch, which was kind of gorgeous because we had a big hug. And I was just running. I hugged.
We done this just in, didn't we?
We did. That's right.
By the dugout.
I just hugged so many people. It was absolutely fantastic.
My lad ran on the pitch, and the first thing he did was tap their goalkeeper on the shoulder and goes, "Unlucky, mate." Just like his old dad.
Absolutely. Someone was saying they went up to Louis. I can't remember if it was on the pitch or afterwards, but they were talking to Louis, and Louis said that free kick I scored was the best goal we've ever seen in this stadium. That was fantastic. Yeah.
I thought Potter's goal was matey's opening goal,
great.
Won it all day. Like Baker's
was fantastic.
See that pass that he done? Was a cracking pass. He's a phenomenally good player.
To be fair though, if Carruthers is being moulded to take the place of Ali, the way he held that ball up and commanded that to actually get it back to Baker again for the goal was brilliant.
I didn't see a single thing in the second half. I actually did.
That's something I was going to talk about.
Here's something I did not know.
What the moving around in front of me.
I did not know what the score was until I was on the pitch and I looked up at one of the screens.
I was
actually 5-1. It was 5-1. I've been on the pitch for about 50 seconds, and one of the first things I asked someone was, "Who scored for Yeovil?" And somebody said, "Spence."
I actually didn't know that they had scored, and hardly anyone around me knew either, because that was when. That was when people were coming to realise that they'd missed that penalty. So no one. And I actually said to the guy beside me, he goes, "Have they scored?" Genuinely, I'm not joking. I had no idea they'd scored.
That brings me back to that Facebook message, because that's what it was about. I'm sure I got a message on Facebook on Sunday night, and it simply read about something along the lines of Stadium Colon MK, should I say, was an absolute morgue until the goals were scored. And I thought, well, hang on a second. No, the bit you saw was like that because they've turned the volume down. And it was, though. There was that lull in play, and it was around that because they'd all heard it. I mean, Griggy even alluded to it in his post-match interview, that they'd heard this going on, and they had to try and concentrate on what was happening. And they heard the cheers and then the quiet, and there was a sudden silence that fell on the ground when everybody realised.
What do you reckon to this Mad Max trailer? I think it's all right, me.
I've got no comment to make to that. No comment.
And it was in that period when they scored the goal. And I think, it was a case of, all right, well, there's nothing we can do about this. And the play from the kick-off from after the goal, the restart of the match, was completely different again. They just upped the pace.
How would any club have responded to that?
Well,
would the whole stadium at any club in the Football League have been bouncing when something went
exactly the same?
It would have been exactly the same. Anyway.
Yeah, definitely. But I think it was a case of, well, that's happened. Let's go.
Okay, we'll come back and talk about this again in a minute. Well, not exactly this, but other things.
Culture Catalyst is the alternative playlist to your Saturday night here on Seclo Sounds.
Bringing an eclectic mix of new sounds and emerging artists.
It's a playlist you won't get bored of.
So join me, Nish,
and me, C,
on the first Saturday of every month from 10 till midnight for all the latest in new music from across all genres.
It's going to be real big.
Massive, mate.
You're listening to the MooCamp Radio Show here on Seclo Sounds. We're not going to play it for long, but it's when you search your entire record collection for songs with up in the title, you find some great things. You're listening to the MooCamp Radio Show, and we've just been promoted. This is our last show of the season. We've got 15 and a half minutes of it left, so we intend to enjoy it, and we're pleased that you can be here to join us, even if it's a little late for some of you.
A technicality I'd like someone to clarify. Are we still in League One, or are we in Championship? Is this our first Championship show or our last League One show?
It's our last League One show.
Good.
Until after the
table has not changed.
Until the fixtures come out.
No, it's until the 1st of July when the tables go to 0.
Aha!
Do they not go to 0 on June the 18th when the fixtures are released?
No. He goes, I think it's the 1st of July when the transfer window opens. They all go to 0, and it's alphabetical order in AFC.